Hi everybody and welcome to this Truck King news update from the garage. Today we have some real exciting news to share because Jeep has finally let out all of the details on its very first electrified Wrangler. Meet the Jeep Wrangler 4xe. The Wrangler 4xe is a plug-in hybrid, which means that you can plug it in, fill up that battery, and then get a full 25 miles, that's 40 kilometers, of all-electric driving range. Official launch for the 4xe will come in early 2021. Now, this package arrives packing a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. The electrification comes in thanks to two different motors. First, there is an engine-mounted motor generator unit, and then a second electric motor which has been integrated into that transmission. Now, when you add up the total horsepower between the engine and the electric setup, the 4xe is making 375 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. A 17 kilowatt hour battery pack stores electricity for that hybrid setup. Now the battery is stored underneath the rear seat, and that is because Jeep wanted to keep it up out of the water and to make sure that the 4xe can still ford through 30 inches of water. And now you might say, well, where does the battery go in the two-door model? Nope, there is no two-door 4xe. If you want this plug-in hybrid, you have to get the 4-door Wrangler. The rear seat itself has been redesigned too so that it flips up, allowing you to access those batteries. Plus, according to the spec sheet, the 4xe only gives up 0.1 inches compared to the standard Wrangler. So essentially, backseat legroom is the same. To use the power how you want, 3 different hybrid drive modes are also available on this Wrangler. So you'll have the standard hybrid mode that will actually pull from the battery and use power from the motor. You have electric only mode, which of course will just run on battery power until you either run out of power, or if you put your foot to the floor, the Jeep is still going to turn on the engine to deliver that full power to you. And then the last mode is e-save mode. So if you're cruising down the highway, you can turn that on, just use the gas engine, and then when you get into a city or an urban area where it's better to use that electricity, you can turn it back to hybrid and then use up your battery. Now there's one other drive mode which is pretty cool, and that is Max Regen. If you turn the Jeep on to Max Regen, the regenerative braking is really going to turn up. That means that basically the second you lift off the gas, the Jeep is going to start coming to a stop. Now driving out there on the road, this can be advantageous because you're getting more electricity back, but driving off-road, this can actually be huge because it's just engine braking, and engine braking means control. So going downhill, if you turn on this Max Regen, it should basically act as hill descent control, plus it's recharging your battery. That's pretty cool, and I cannot wait to test it out. We have to talk about weight now because going for this 4xe definitely means you're getting a heavier Wrangler. So if you go for the Rubicon 4xe, that model weighs in at 5,222 pounds compared to 4,478 pounds for a regular 2-liter turbo Wrangler. So that is quite a bit of weight being added for this plug-in model. 3 different trim levels will be available here: the base 4xe, the 4xe Sahara, and then the 4xe Rubicon. The first 2 make use of the Select Track 2-speed transfer case with a 271:1 low-range ratio, while the Rubicon continues to use the Rock Track 4:1 low-range transfer case, adding up to a final crawl ratio in this 4xe model of 77.2:1. All of the other important off-road gear on the Rubicon model stays intact with 4xe as well, including 10.8 inches of ground clearance, a 44-degree approach angle, 33-inch tires, locking differentials, Dana 44 axles, and a disconnecting front sway bar. One of the most exciting things about this 4xe, in my opinion, is how electric torque is used off-road. When you're in a Wrangler Rubicon and you're out there rock crawling, you want that instant torque to be able to just really delicately climb up and over things, and that's exactly what this Wrangler should deliver. Plus, you're getting an epic low-range crawl ratio, so when you add up the gear reduction and then the electric motors, there's just about no doubt that in the slow-speed kind of rock crawling arena, this Wrangler Rubicon 4xe should be the best of the bunch. Now, to make sure these models stand out, Jeep is using an electric blue color scheme. You can see it all over these plug-in hybrids, in the badges, it's on the interior, in the stitching, and they've even finished the tow hooks in that blue color.
There are a couple other unique features on the interior I want to point out. First of all, this LED light bar up there in the dash. Now this is going to tell you your state of charge. Next, right here, you'll see the Wrangler has a whole bunch of hybrid information built right into its infotainment system. So this thing will track your driving styles and habits, your fuel economy, your battery usage, and really let you know exactly how you are driving. Plus, you can get, a screen here that tells you where your power is coming from and how it is currently being split. Looking here at the gauge cluster of this 4xe, Jeep wanted to keep the actual physical gauges, so they didn't go with the whole digital cluster, but you can see obviously it is different from the standard Wrangler because it has to include all of that electric information.
Those looking to accessorize their Wrangler 4xe, well, the entire Jeep Performance Parts accessories catalog will be available. So if you want rock rails or tube doors, all of that stuff still works here on the plug-in. And then one of the coolest things is you can get that 2-inch Jeep Performance Parts lift, and Jeep actually went and made the lift specifically for this 4xe model, no doubt because it weighs so much more, but that's pretty cool. If you want a 2-inch lifted Wrangler straight from the dealership, you can order one thanks to the accessories catalog. And I think this is an important point overall about the 4xe. It adds the plug-in hybrid capability, and you really lose just about nothing when it comes to off-road capability besides that added weight. That's really the only big disadvantage I can see here. Pricing has not yet been announced on the Wrangler 4xe, so we don't know what this is going to cost, and of course that is going to be an important consideration. Now, like I mentioned off the top, we're supposed to actually see these things in early 2021, so it shouldn't be too long before we get our hands on one of these 4xe models, and we're going to put it to the test. So everybody, that is it for this video. Now let me know what you think of this Wrangler plug-in hybrid. Heck, let me know what you think of electric off-roaders in general. Jeep has actually announced that every single one of its models is going to offer an electrified powertrain, so slowly but surely they are bringing these things out, and it's a clear direction that they and many others in the industry are going. So like I said, I want to hear what you have to say. Leave me that comment. While you're down there below, do not forget to hit like, hit that subscribe button if you already haven't, and then come right back here to Truck King to see what we are testing next. See you guys.